So if you're looking for a Nikon professional mirrorless camera, this video might be some of importance to you. P.S. I get that this is a rumor, but it's a very important discussion point that Nikon really needs to listen to, even though I know they won't watch this video. Like I mentioned, it's just rumored, but it's a very important rumor and something that really should be brought to light of Nikon and what they're going to do for their mirrorless system coming up. Once again, not fully true or anything, but it should be talked about because of the relevancy and how it could really hurt the Nikon industry, the Nikon product, and how really the user base would feel, you know, how I would feel. I've been a Nikon shooter pretty much my whole life until more recently. I've gone into a lot of the other brands like a lot of you have seen. But it's basically that this might be a new mount for their professional mirrorless cameras, something called the Z mount. So once again, it would just be a whole new lens lineup to accompany this new technology. The only real comparison I'd even kind of give to that extent is Sony's A to E mount. And Sony, I'd say now in the past 4 years, is still really catching up to a lot of the lenses and everything. Last year, they really did, and earlier last year, little end of 2016, they really did a deep dive in their 2.8 professional lenses, but they still have a lot to do, and that's still a reason for a lot of people to not take Sony because they don't like the lenses yet and everything. So if Nikon really does this Z mount thing, it's going to dissuade a lot of people and really not sell well because no one wants to use these new lenses. Nikon is very popular because of their image quality and the quality of the lenses that they have and the versatility of them. The fact that you can go back, what, 40, 50 years, 30 years and still get a lens that can work on a camera to this day and even possibly autofocus or something and meter is absolutely insane. But that is a huge perk of the Nikon system. And with that, you're kind of taking it away. But Eric, how about an adapter? Well, yes, of course. You can throw an adapter at everything. But some of the stuff that happens from Canon to Sony, you lose some things, electronic or some kind of autofocusing something, and all depending on which adapter. The adapter game is very, very confusing now, especially in 2018. There's adapters for everything. Not all of them are good. There's a lot of junk out there. But one of the hardest adapters to make, and myself and Jason Lanier felt this impact, was the Nikon to Sony mount, which, there was that one that basically killed our cameras. It's very tough because of the electronics and everything that Nikon uses for their system and how everything works. So to have to use an adapter to lenses that you already have to something new, it just isn't right. So this new Z mount thing, once again, rumored, yes, but if it's absolutely true, that would be a big, big fail for Nikon. And I really hope that they really look more into the mount game. And I don't care if you have to change the flange distance and make it a little bit bigger of a camera. You're going to alienate a large base and what people really like about your stuff. And plus, you're going to be set back a ton. Unless you've been hiding 50 to 100 lenses for this stuff already, it's going to be a huge setback, and you're going to take years just to recover from that. Even though the D850 really helped them out, but they were really kind of going down a little bit. A new mount is going to be the death of you. The same thing if Canon, they promised to at least announce some form of mirrorless this year. If they do the same thing and get out of this stupid adapter game, or they go into this adapter game or this new mount, it's once again another step back for something like that. Now that especially Sony took years, but now they have their own native glass. So the Z mount will be an absolute catastrophic failure. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well. I guess for anyone out there, Nikon, Canon, people who are looking to get these mirrorless things instead of DSLR cameras, would this be an absolute failure for you? Let me know down below.